Hello, traders. It's Jay Song here with another video, a special requested video for ETN. I believe it is ETN, yes. ETN, US dollar in Tether. I'm going to be doing a chart on ETN because I had a bunch of people in the chat room asking me, please do a video on ETN. So, as promised, I said if I get enough requests, I will make a video and I'll post it out. I have no idea the fundamentals behind ETN. Do not ask me. I'm aware it's a type of CBDC, central bank digital currency. I believe it's for Britain. Okay, for the British Isles. So anyway, this is going to be a very unbiased view. This is just the data. Okay, so here we go. So the reason I'm not telling you to well, first of all, this is not financial advice. It should not be taken as such. This is just merely for educational purposes and for comedic purposes. I'm just showing people how to read a chart, in my opinion, which is not to be taken seriously at all. Bear in mind, I do eat red crayons and they do taste like cherries and they're very good, and I recommend the same. But if you get a tummy ache, that is on you. Okay, so first thing I notice is this: upon launch, um look at this, this is a daily chart, guys. Look at this launch all the way down to 49 cents at the start, okay, or during the day. It looks like it started here at 0.00001 cent, went all the way down to 50 cents, and it came right back down in that same day, okay? This is absolutely insane. But I see this so much. Shiba and a bunch of coins. Any coin at launch is always going to spike up, and I mean it's just ridiculous that everyone's like on board, and then if you didn't get out or you didn't have your order already placed, like you should have had your order up here, and then price will come up, you'll cash out, and then it comes down and does whatever it was gonna do. So I'm weary of launch coins, okay, for that kind of reason. Um, the data didn't start making sense until approximately here, okay, and then we had some moves up, but people are wondering what's happening right now, okay. So let me show you what I show you. So this is a parabolic trend line, and the reason I know it's parabolic is because if you were to connect this bottom right here to this bottom in the core to core, a couple things are happening. Um, we're missing the cores of this area right there. Okay, so you can read this one of two ways. It's pretty close. Let's see, it's pretty close as I can get it right there. So that's pretty close. The first thing I would draw is a parabolic line, which is going to look something like this. Let me just draw it with a highlighter. Okay, and then where that point is, that's the start of the run. That's the end of the run. Okay. This went way too fast for this launch. Okay. Price came up here, bounced in this area, and if it came down, it should have set down in these areas, but it went through those areas, and then that becomes a pain point. Okay, so we would draw that like as the sword method. Okay, but this is a parabolic version of that. Okay. Now, if I was doing this really accurately, um, you might use the curve tool. You can start at the bottom. Okay. And I'm going to have a lot more success. Curving this out. Okay, here we go. That's more accurate. Now, so I look to see where price first crossed over. Okay. This is secret stuff, guys. It took years to figure out this. So God bless you. Don't tell anybody your secrets. Okay, see where price crossed through here, this pain point? That's the sword method. You draw that, and then what we see here is that price has come down, swing up to that area, and then you read the data from there. Okay, and this would have been a resistance level. Okay, and that's what we see. Okay, so that would have been a sell signal at these areas. Now, the other thing you can do is what I did here in the beginning. Okay, I drew a trend line directly from here to here without curves, and we see a similar pattern emerge. Okay? Again, this is on the daily chart, so this is very powerful stuff. Okay, highlighter. Price came down, came back up, kissed the line, went to this line, trend line here, tried to break above, and came back down. Okay, can you see how it tried to break above? Where's this tool? Here, and then came right back down. See that? Okay, up and down. So that did a hard, that's what I call a hard close. Okay, and then that would have been another sell signal at those areas. Okay, we would have maybe would have used some more confirmation, but that would have been the time to get out. So what that means is that you would have had this range. It means you would have had this range here to decide what's happening. We would have looked and say, whoa, guys, game's over. This is weakness. Okay. The other thing we would have saw, if you didn't believe that, you would have saw the weakness in the background here. Okay. Boom. Sword method. This was done. Boom. That point. Okay. And then we had a downtrend continuing. We bounced off this line. Let me zoom in. Okay. Okay. We came into this area and we treated this area as if it was its own area. Came down into this area, up, down, and look at the course. So we were coming and using this area, weakness in the background. Okay, we would have saw that it was time, and game was actually over. Okay, so two signals. Now, where's the resistance? Okay, well, the resistance on here is kind of easy to see. Okay, and the resistance is these parabolic curves. Now, the reason I didn't draw a straight line from here to here, okay, like a core, because this doesn't make sense. Okay, this top and that one doesn't make sense. And then if it were to go to that one, if I were to connect those cores together, I'm missing out on this top one. Okay, this one right here. So none of these cores make sense. Okay, so we would have had all of that data here. If we were looking for a buy. This one, when it did fall and touch the line, if you can measure that, we went up and didn't even go up really. We just kind of passed face through and came down again. So this tells us something's off about that line. The other thing I would check is the wicks. Okay, so if I were to check the wicks up here, then I would connect those wicks. If I was connecting these dots, I'm missing out on this wick here and that wick there. So there's either a bunch of wicks or the answer is very simple. It's parabolic, okay, which is what I've already drawn for you. But I'm doing this to show you guys how to draw, okay? So here we go. Let me start over. Connecting that top, that top, that top, this top, the core, okay? See how it's a core? I'm not drawing the very, very top of the wick. I'm just drawing, that area here, the tops, okay? That's what I'm doing here. You connect all of those tops and you get this green line. It's curved. Okay, this one right here. And I just curved it. And you got to do it as accurate as you can. Um, I connected this top, and this top. Sometimes you don't get all of them, but you get as much as you can. And I'm drawing from the top of the greens, and when I do drawing from the bottom, I'm drawing from the bottom of the reds. And so what that does is that gives us this curved line. If you extend it out, it tells us something in the future. What happens is if it starts to circle back up, you don't draw that. You just draw it vertical. Okay? And you can do the same thing here, where the line starts to even out, and that's a curve. Okay, that's what you do. That's how you draw them. Because so we got two major resistance levels here at 0.19 cents and here at 0.016 cents. Okay. Price almost reached out and touched that today and it came right back down. But why do I call this the top? Okay, as I've already shared in the Trendline group. Because look at all this. Oh, we launched. Well, first of all, how did we know we were going to launch? We don't. I don't see that data here. This is a launch not based on the charts. This is a launch based on um, fundamentals. Just like XRP, XRP is not gonna when it launches, the chart is not gonna show that launch. I don't think so. We would be lucky if it does. It's launching based on what it is. It will fall based on the charts. You may debate and say, well, there's some support here. There's kind of a sword method here, a little bit. The sword, the sword cut, a little bit, yeah, and you can kind of see that, but um, even if still, that's not enough to justify a giant leap here, in my opinion. In my opinion, this is launched because something external. It was launch day today for or super big news with Ripple or something like that. It's just I don't see it. And if you should be buying right now, because right now it's at 0.0005. Okay, again, this is a daily chart. This is huge. 0.005956. Well, it is a daily chart. Maybe I would have felt a little bullish if you just see it sitting on top of this line at a sword cut, perhaps, perhaps. Okay, but that was some support there. There was definitely support there, and that was justifiable, but not in the volume that I see. Okay, if you were in, where should you have get now, or where should you get out? Okay, well, that's easy to see using fib match, which I talked about in our fib match video. So go ahead and take a look at my other videos, and we're going to do that right now. Okay, here we go. You pull on your Fibonacci, I call it Fibonacci. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Take the bottom, go to the top, wick to wick. Okay, and now we're going to do another one, core to core. And it's basically the same starting location, but this time you're stopping right at the core. Okay, if you haven't paid attention to fib matching, watch this. Do you see how I did it? One was measured up to this line, the other was measured right to the top. There are fib lines at these colors, where the red, yellow, green, and blue. There's also hidden fibs right in the middle of each one of those. In today's answer, we're trying to find which ones match. Does red to red match? No. Yellow to yellow, and it could be any color to any color. It just needs, these lines need to match, and where they match pretty close is the answer. This one is almost a match, but no. However, the closest match actually is the halfway points for this one. Okay, and when I drew it, when I drew it earlier, this is what I drew. Okay, this is chart. Without coming to the white, because the white's on the floor. This area and these halfway points are pretty close in my opinion. Okay, so and I had not looked at that earlier, but um, when I first did it, I wasn't watching the price, but I drew my line here like that, mm, bright yellow. Okay, and I looked to see if this is a halfway point, and you just gotta do it as best you can. To me, this looks about halfway, halfway, and then halfway, halfway. That to me is a pretty good match. Okay. And this is what I drew on my first try. Okay, not right now during the filming of this video, but right before I filmed this video. This is what I saw on my first try. Okay, look at that. Look at that. You see what I see, guys? Turn off this volume. What did we see? Price came up almost directly to that line. Okay, so that would have been my target. Okay, if I'm in a downtrend, I think price is going to go up, and there was a big wave behind me. We just measure that wave and we look for a fib match. Okay, there is another fib match halfway here. Okay, see how these halfway points kind of match? Halfway to here, halfway to here, halfway to here, halfway to here. And what did we see on that time? This one was already exhausted. Okay, we had this data in the past. Price came to this halfway, sat on that line. Look at that, almost exactly. I didn't look at that. I didn't try to do this. This is fib match. You have access to this data. Okay, sat on it exactly. Came up and then went back down. After we broke through that line, this one is over. Okay, so that's gone no more. It's not going to act as support again. What's the one that's not exhausted? This one up here. So which one acts as resistance? Naturally, that line. Got it? Does that understand that? Okay, now that we're done with the daily, and you would understand that, hey, party's over, or that's the time to take your profit, or if you bought a lot and then exit right there, you'll make a lot of money. Okay. I did not know what ETN was for today, but if I had known that it was going to launch for some reason, maybe some of you guys had hidden knowledge beforehand or knowledge of what was going to happen, we would have saw maybe price sitting on this line. If you would have told me, hey, this is supposed to activate soon, that would have been a great investment. Where would it have gone to? About right here before it finds a balance. Okay. What's going on today? If you already have it, should you take profit? Again, not financial advice. I didn't see look. I didn't see anything on the 4 hour. This is not data. That doesn't make sense to me. That's not enough to go off of. Okay. Let's see. Let me turn back on volume now. See if I can see anything else. Very ultra high volume on an up bar closing to the ends with a down bar on the very next candle, 4 hours worth of time, ultra high volume. That may be a sign of selling coming in. Price needs to test this area, which is why we're also getting another green bar. Nothing really more than that than the charts. 2 hour chart, you cut the time in half, getting some super high up bar, but then the next candle is very low on even higher volume. Those two pairs, when I see that a lot, that tells me to sell. 1 hour chart. This is a bunch of chop. It's almost even. And finally, 15-minute chart. I'm going to show you what I saw. Okay, so here's for today. If you're wondering what's happening today, not just including that target here we hit. Okay, this is the most accurate. Okay. You draw this. Draw core. That becomes, look at that. Bounce. Okay, start, bounce, and we came to that line and we bounce. So either we're going to bounce high above this or we're going to break below it. Should we be breaking below it? Let's take a look. If I were to draw this as a parabolic, connecting these lines, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, and highlighter, I'm drawing this parabolically. Look at these bottoms. That bottom here, that should draw that upwards so you can see it. That bottom, this bottom form this area here. And when you see that, party's over. After price crosses through that, you know, there's a line you don't cross. We learned that in life, right? Price came down, came right back up and hit that line. Do you see that line still here? Okay. So when we saw that price did that, we look at the data. We say, hey, all of this party is over. Now we're just sitting on the underside of here, and what's going to happen next? Well, we knew there was support at this level here. We knew that. But is it enough to change the game? Okay. What else? What other data could we have gotten from that? So we had a warning point here. Let's draw. This bottom, look at that. Okay. Connected this bounce to this bounce. Why this bounce? Because that was the bottom of the swing that touched the curve. Okay. That was the bottom of the swing. Up, up. You just connect those swing points. If I wanted to draw another one, I would draw it right there. Okay. But let's explain those two. This one, that one. Extend it out. Sword method means you cut at the pain point. Guys, it's in front of your faces. Okay? These are the secrets of trading. Two reasons. We got a parabolic and we have the sword method telling us that this point in time, the party's over. Okay? That would be another signal we would get right there. Okay? So if we were examining this is something we would see. This is how we are successful at trading. Okay, this is how you can be successful at trading. Don't tell anyone this. These are the secrets. It took me years to learn, and no one taught me this method. I'm sure I'm not the only one who uses this method, but when you see that pain cut, guys, that's the secret. Okay, that really is the secret to understanding a lot of how market waves work. The other part is that we saw this red wave, okay, this one right here, okay. Price broke down, and what did it do? On a 15-minute chart. This is live, guys. Just so you live. The next candle has 13 minutes, right? Price came up and went and touched that line, came back down. Okay. So now we are on the underside of this line here, and this is done. What's the highest price can do right now? Well, price can do a couple things. Price can come up to that line again because it's dynamic, it's rising, so the price keeps changing, okay, as it gets higher. Price could come up here and come down, which is what I suspect, because again, all of this is over for today. In addition, we hit the fib match on the weekly levels. Okay, you guys need to really zoom out and see that we're really in a danger zone. Okay, this is not the time to be buying. I don't care what the guru said. You need to watch your charts. Now you can do whatever you want, of course, you know, but it's your money on the line. You work hard for your money. Okay, should you take it up to chance? I don't care about ENT one way or the other. I'm very unbiased. I'm just telling you what the data shows you. The data is showing you that this is done. At least for today. Now these are 15-minute charts. Now, to experience higher prices, we have a couple things that can happen. What I would measure is I would measure maybe let's see, what would I need to happen? Okay, well, I would need price to break through the parabolics, the tops and parabolics, and I'll explain why. Okay, so if we were wanting support, I'm connecting these swing highs. Okay, and what I would want is price to normally, ideally, sit on here, but because we're coming downwards, we're actually losing momentum. So it's like jumping off a slipping slide, and if you're coming down a slide, wee, and you're trying to jump off, even if you jump off, you're going to be losing momentum and coming down. It's better to have broken through and jumped off when the slide is going up. If you're like a springboard, okay, that would be more ideal. Is that going to happen with this? Um, Very unlikely because we hit a very. It's just not set up right now, at the moment. Okay, and nor do I really see it happening just yet. We'd have to see an evaluation because remember this point right here was a major selling point. You got millions of traders selling at that fib match area. Their orders were already placed. You're already late to the party, and then it comes down. So there's a lot of reasons why these areas are not, why this is done. Okay, a lot of reasons. If we were looking for a buy, we would need a sword method at the very least, which would be in this area. It's unlikely that because we've already kind of cracked through this area a little bit. So it's not respecting the sword. It's not respecting the pain sellers. This could be more of a shakeout. Okay. Here's something odd. Look at this. We experience very high volume, not ultra high, but higher volume, rising volume on an up bar, but the next bar we just started and we're already going down. If price closes like that at the end of this 15 minutes, that might, and on higher volume, that would be another sign that we may be going down. Okay. So those are the things I see right now. I see we're on the underside of this. We would really need to make a whole nother, price may have to, come up here and then maybe come down here. And then, we would, form some kind of support on that. And then maybe price could do that. But as it is, all of these guys are now just taking profit. They were buying and now they're slowly exiting. And that's what I see. This is ETN. My name is Jay Song. This is my opinion, my analysis on what's happening today using the sword method. Thank you very much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the chart room. If you want to follow my charts, you can follow and see what's going on. And with Bitcoin, with XRP, I'll teach you how to draw. Right now we're following the XRP crash, the Bitcoin crash. Please see my other videos. I'll show you. The more you watch, the more you'll start to learn and understand how to draw on your chart, so you can also understand what's really happening with the markets, and you won't be losing so much money. You'll actually, have some idea of what's actually happening, and that's where I really opened up this chart room so that people can see my pins and you can understand. And I'm on Telegram. You can see my pins at the top. Click on the pins button, and it'll show whatever my trade is, or the chart projections, as well as my targets and my signals. For XRP, I'm showing we're currently going down, experiencing the largest crash, and we're coming up to the final legs with the next few stops, which you'll have to watch my other videos to understand where those are at. And God bless you. Keep it. Keep having a great time in that chat room. I love enjoying everyone having great conversation and a lot of saying so many good things. Please put your faith and your trust in Lord Jesus Christ. As I always say, He will never leave you nor forsake you. He offers the gift that is better than money and better than anything that you could ever, more wealth and riches, and that's the gift of eternal life that He gives through His Son Jesus Christ, who died on the cross for us. I believe that He rose on the third day. I believe that he came back to life and he is sitting at the right hand of the Father, as he said he is. And let him come into your life. Let him change your life. Let him bring hope in the future, especially during all of these uh, tumultuous times we are experiencing. You're not alone. He hasn't left, and I just wanted to share that with you guys and be encouraged. Some of you guys are really losing a lot of money during these times in the markets, and perhaps maybe you found this channel to kind of point you, uh, in a direction that's more stable. Okay, and you guys are tired of getting whipsawed. You're tired of losing sleep. Well, I'm here. I'm in the chart room. I'm placing my trades. I'm watching Bitcoin. I'm watching XRP. I'm watching these things, and I'm also open to taking requests. If you guys do have charts you do want me to map from time to time, I do believe 99% of all cryptos will be crashing very, very soon. I do believe that there will be an activation of XRP approximately on or around the 28th or afterwards, but that's what I really believe, that we're going to see some activation of that, just based on other things, and it's not based on the charts. The charts are telling me that this crash is happening, and you don't want to be on the losing side. I do believe Bitcoin will crash and never return, and I have lots of reasons and explain them in my chart room. So just these are my thoughts. These are my opinions. I care about you guys, and I'll see you in the chart room. It was nice to meet you. Thanks for spending time with me. Have a great day.